Okay. Yeah, so we're just gonna get right into it. This is sort of a special one, so I'm not doing cam and stuff. It's just explaining the level, and then stuff after maybe. So we've got the level, or should I say the level, and we'll just go right into it from here. So fortunately, and I don't actually know how this happened, the level is still uploaded. And it's been, I think that was last Saturday that I uploaded it. Okay, sure, Cliff, I can start with the thumbnail. So this is the thumbnail, and it used to look really dumb, but then Bedcliff had a better idea for it, so now that's the thumbnail. This start thing was supposed to be like an homage to the start of CarlMoney Collab 2, with the whole hit a block and then thing goes across, and then activates something over there. And it's a big old wait before you get the checkpoint. And then you also die. Yeah. And that over there is some Wilfred spike ball magic. It's just spike balls up the middle column, all activating stuff above and to the right of them. Now, there's no entities here. The only one is this fish. Oh, you mean you? Okay, okay. And then you go into the hub. Nothing really notable here, at least for this part. Yeah, and then we'll just keep going. The P block here is to make sure stuff doesn't break in like weird sections or something. I don't know. Sure. Okay, and now for the hub. I'll start with going down here. So down here we have this little on-off flipper to reset it to on whenever you enter the room while it's off. Because this will run towards you, but if this is pushing away, then it'll just fall off and not hit anything. Okay, I think I'll save the actual ending setup for the end, because that seems like a good place to put it. Oh yeah, blue pipe first, okay. Let's see, it should be here. Okay. So blue pipe is the best pipe. And there's a little fun secret that only a few people ran into, is that it does give you the 1-ups that you desire. Now initially, blue pipe was going to go to the key death setup, but due to various reasons, it didn't do that. Okay, so I went like there. No. Okay. And then there's a coin in here and stuff. And you go over here, and nothing happens. Oh, except there's a thwomp, but don't worry about that. The thwomp only happens in editor. Okay. I guess let's just start. Who is responsible for blue pipe? I mean, okay. I'll start with the meme, which is that blue pipe made blue pipe. But then continue on to the actual thing, pretty much anything that's not attributed to someone in this, I just sort of put in there. I think that's a pretty good description of how this level went. Okay. Yeah, it it was put in for the full rainbow effect so that I could have here. So I could have the full rainbow here and in the fire hub. So yeah, all nice stuff, and it looks good. Okay. This is pretty self-explanatory. I'll go past the self-explanatory stuff, and then this you wall jump. Here, so this was designed after like pretty much everything. And it's designed to be a twice of another tree in a different section. Oh, I should say who made Troll. Okay. So this was Tolarian, this skip squeak thing. And then this trampoline bounce pad thing, that was me. And it was way more effective than I expected it to be. Yeah. This tree thing I made as a as what I called a foil to the tree in the green pipe, where you have to climb it and jump really quick so that you can get the mushroom, because otherwise it'll fly away. But here you have to go slow, and then having the mushroom lets you bypass the hidden blocks. And then this was all just stuff to set this up. Okay. Which room did I use for upload? That is a hard question to answer because I didn't really just use one room. I used the upload as my test to make sure I didn't ruin everything every single time I uploaded, so on most uploads I did all 6 rooms. This here is another Tolarian troll. Actually, almost this entire section was Tolarian. It's just that trampoline bit, the tree, and then Bedcliff's thing up there, up above me, which is I'll get there. Okay. There's only 2 more things that weren't Tolarian. Okay. So here, a giant skip squeak that'll go through here when you hit that. This is Tolarian. Now, I'll go ahead and move on up to this one, the Piranha Creeper Troll. So, this setup needs to have the Piranha Creeper reach this block before this spike ball hits this red POW. Because then when the creeper hits the block, oh, that's not useful. Okay. When the creeper hits the block, it stops moving. And then when the block breaks, I cannot demonstrate that like this. Okay. I'll just do this. Yeah. When the block breaks, the creeper does not continue moving. Now, it was fortunate that we had this POW thing. It only works with crates. I don't think so. I mean, here. You can check that. Nope. It works with other stuff. Oh, yeah, crates are good for it because they can be placed in the path. Like, you can't use a regular block, because blocks can't go in a path of a piranha creeper. Yeah. So, that is how this setup works. And something that came up later, we were having trouble with getting this troll to actually get people to fall for it. So some variations on it occurred. It used to have a clear pipe over here that would lead you around, but then we wanted a semi-solid. And then we wanted a reason to have the mushroom at the end. Hi, Neil, and I'm glad you're excited. So we added this block at the end to give you a reason to want to keep the mushroom so that you would actually hit this block and get the dancing skip squeak. And luckily we already had a red POW going off so that it could break this block. So that doubles as a way to make this less suspicious, like the red POW going off, which I don't think anybody was really suspicious of beforehand, but it just solidified it. Okay, and then I can start here and be fine. Nope, cannot start there and be fine. I can start here and be fine. Okay. You go up here, and you get the cat suit, and then it winds around. So that one is Bedcliffe's troll. Yeah, Bedcliffe made the base setup, and then we took it and shoved it in here. Bedcliffe's singular troll. Depending on definition of troll, but I would... Yeah. And, yep, okay. This Kaizo block was me. Everything... everything that sucks in this level was me. Okay. And this is more Tolarian. So, what's going on here, you got the skip squeak spawn blocks the donuts. So when you're here, the thwomp makes the donuts drop, and then the skip squeak just stands there and blocks them. So these have to be here to keep the skip squeak from descending, or from... Here, I'll show you what happens when those are just regular blocks. The skip squeak... Actually, here. No, I need to do this faster. The skip squeak... No, what? What's happening? Okay. I start here. Yeah, the skip squeak starts jumping up and then gets on top of the donuts. That's why it has to be there. Like this. It's really weird and I don't really get it. But yeah, it's the third jump, it'll jump higher. And then you go down and damage boost a few times. And then we got this guy. Which is just like really good comedic timing. So this will be our introduction to this setup. Which will be referred back to multiple times as we go throughout the level. So down here we have a giant spike ball that runs into this exclamation block. And when a giant spike ball hits an exclamation block, it fully extends it. Yeah, so when a launcher gets moved along under, I guess, quote, under a semi-solid platform, it sticks up very slightly above it. So what's happening here is it's sticking up enough to grab the bully and push it along with it. Yeah, this also works in the other 4 styles. As long as you can get the launcher just moving, it'll bring stuff with it. And it's just really good in 3D world because we have exclamation blocks to make it really easy to make it fast. Yeah. Okay. And then down here, we've got the Boom Boom helicopter, which releases a Boom Boom over to the side. So we're not even using this for its initial use. It's just a way to delay it so that the Boom Boom doesn't end up over here until later. I guess, like, the splitting like that is nice to have. Okay. And then over here, you got the 2 options. This one, you can't ground pound through everything. And this one, it just pushes you over, which doesn't make sense. Hi, Major Kid. Okay, so that's that section covered, I think. Oh, yeah, let's see. There are sound effects on things. Okay, that was all I had to say there. Okay. On to... Let's see, should I do all pipes or just go full left to right? Anybody say something and I'll probably just do it. Left to right because your section would be sooner. All pipes, less complex first. That's a fair reasoning. I'll tease them so they only get the good stuff at the end. Okay, so here we've got the water section. So we start out with this. This was me again. So I have my fingers on a ton of sections. Just because I was the one building the level, and it was easiest for me to just shove stuff in. So you can't grab the POW. And there's a hammer suit in this box. This is a reference to an old section that we had in the level that used hammer suit and was destroyed because it was not fun. And that's about all I have to say about that for now. So here we have a thwomp to a spawn blocked thwomp, and its main purpose is to prevent you from going through the section twice. Just, I don't know, for various things that might break. Whatever. And this spike ball only goes right if you actually come out of the pipe, so it's a bit weird when you test it. Okay. This was just a dumb Steve-O thing, and it says hey when you get the hat, and that's that. Okay. And the last one, this is Juju's thing that got in the level. Juju originally had something else in the level, but it wasn't... Testing was showing that it wasn't fun. So we got Juju to make another thing. Yeah, so if you... Okay, I'm gonna explain this a bit. So, when you lose the Goomba suit, it extends, and its solid section, the actual stem, will come out and crush you. You can see Juju's first troll and DJR's playthrough. I don't think you can actually see... We'll get to the Slantiva section later, okay. So this launcher here is just here to keep this from extending before the Goomba suit can take effect. So if you spawn in here, it'll extend a little bit and then retract, which I don't know if that's actually important, but we just had it as like it looks a bit better to be like this. Okay. And next up is the dank Drew section. So we've got this tree, and when you climb a tree, it has a Kaizo block at the top. I like to think of this as a sort of third tree troll to round out the 3 pipes. Well, I guess, okay, I'll call it the second one since we're in the second pipe. So, in the first one that we went through, you climb up, and climbing is good, and you get a power-up from it. But then, if you jump too quick, there's Kaizo blocks, so you can't get past. In this one, you climb up, and then there's just a Kaizo block at the top because climbing runs into Kaizo blocks. And let me just check something. Hi, Zach. Yeah, happens on land too. Hopefully this doesn't ruin anything. Yeah, we're good. Okay. So one problem with this troll is that when you just sort of swim up here and you don't trust the tree, you run into the Kaizo block and you just sort of get annoyed. So I added this coin, which I think helped people try to stay down and then just climb the tree. I don't know if that's what caused it, but people seem to be climbing the tree properly after some reworking in this area. Okay. Zach, I do have a YouTube channel. I don't know if this will be on it. And I just sort of randomly added the coin. I don't know. I had no good reason to do it, really. Okay. So I go through here. And then that scares me. There's a cloud blocking me. And then that blocks me. So this is a really, really, like, close to not working setup. So if I'm actually just standing here, the crate doesn't rise enough for me to survive. And if I am big and go through here, and I actually take damage before the bullet explodes. So this is just really tight. Because okay, so you have to go through the pipe to get it to work right because the crate will load faster than the Bonsai Bill. Bye, Zach. Yeah, I think that's about it. Let's see. I'll move on to... this 30 coin up here, which is a good old bait troll. We had a ton of key boxes left at the end of making all of the levels in the subworld. So there was no better use than to hide a thwomp. Which, I don't know, it just works really well. And then it drops the donut, which will just push a bully through, or push anything through on-off blocks, which just, it's a thing that happens. This icicle was originally added because an older troll that went here, or the original troll that went over here, someone managed to cheese mushroom through it. So instead of fixing that, I just added a damage source and forced you to go through a one high gap so that you have to be small. But now it works well as the thing to prevent it from being a soft lock when the bully drops down. Yeah. And that little bounce is fun. Okay, next. Go through, and you wait, and you're going fast. So this is sort of similar to the setup from the last section. Okay, so that stuff at the end of this half, this is all Drew, and this was like a variation on a Drew theme. And now we're moving into the Chichiri section with this thing. So it's the same, Spike Ball runs into exclamation block and pushes stuff, but without the launcher, it's just got the bully. This is a pseudo one-way to keep you from going back through the pipe. Just, I don't know, it makes it seem better. Now here, I think this might be the least successful troll in the level, unfortunately. So it's just the mind games of, do you need the thing? And I think we use sort of thing too much. So as you can see there, the spike ball came through. Let me do this. No, stop! Don't. The spike ball. What flipped? Okay, the spike ball came through this pipe and went up and killed the Spiny. And before the spike ball could go through this pipe, the thwomp over here hit a POW. And killed the spike ball. Now finding that timing was completely accidental, but also very, very fortunate, because it keeps one thing hidden. Okay, so when you're in here, it looks like, oh, you can just go over and go down, but you can't go down because of this thing, which is just stupid. That's really bad. That's not how it should work. Let's say that. And that could be any type of mushroom platform. So, you got your heart beating. What could possibly happen in here? Oh no. You've died. Okay, that's pretty much what that is. So there's a scroll stop on this layer. So then when the bomb goes off, it blows up this block, which loads one more block above, since the scroll stop moves up one. And then the Porky Puffer can appear and come and kill you. Okay, so the correct path is going down here, which has that come after you. Because the thwomp up here doesn't go up. Also, here's a little fun thwomp open its mouth and stuff. That's a thing. Okay. So this was intentionally designed. Let me start over here. This is intentionally designed. Let me get the scroll stop right. This is intentionally designed so you see that orange mushroom platform going up as soon as you come through this pipe here. So you see the orange platform go up, so you can tell that it will push you up into there, into what looks like an ante, so you don't want to go up there and stuff. But you need a key, and then there's a hint telling you that the key is over there. And once again, we use this, and this is like my favorite thing. Can I actually do the ante? Yeah, it's really easy. It looks a lot stupider than it actually is. No, then the Porky Puffer spawns. Okay. Yeah, so what you're actually supposed to do is you swim up here. Oh, okay, there's a key in that box. And then you can go through. So I will now go and do the ante and show you how easy it is. What do I do? How do I do this? Oh no, the old way I had it was easy. I think this one might be impossible. Yeah, why is there no N64 music? This one might be impossible. Yeah. I changed where the cloud gap was. I think it was on the right at one point or something. It would be a soft lock if you could get into it, but you can't get into it, so no problem. And then you get the key and go through. And I got more clapping. Oh yeah, let's talk about this. So, this is the Boom Boom Bounce House. Because we had extra boom booms. Oh, well that's... Huh. Okay. So... I guess just spawning in the room breaks it. Okay, not... okay. Sure. We'll get back to that. That looks fun. Maybe use that, someone, or something. Okay. Okay. Next up is Green Pipe. And we start off with a Federico bit. Where that just bounces over, right? This is Federico. I don't actually remember much about whose stuff is in here. But I think this is Federico. So that's just simple. Orange bounce pad or blue bounce pad or any bounce pad goes behind blocks. Which doesn't make sense with Nintendo's like policy on hiding stuff, but whatever. This is a weird windy pipe so that you can't just damage boost and wall jump. And this is just like a dumb thing. It's just a dumb thing. And you can get the same effect. Was it? Oh, I thought... You can get the same effect by crouch jumping on only one spring, I think? Yeah. So this was a... Why would you ever do that? There's no reason to do that. Okay, no, I'm responsible for all the bad things, Lantiva. the dumb things are sort of thrown throughout all of us. Okay, and here's the third version of the tree, where you climb it and then it flies away, so if you don't jump immediately, then you lose it. And it gets so tantalizingly close. Yeah, so then what you do is you just jump up and get it, and then go through here. Okay, all that stuff was Federico. This one is Ramo, but similar to other trolls that were like only one from that person, it was modified quite a bit. So I hit this. It goes up and over and comes out, and then, oh, I should have stood over here so I could grab it. So then the next time, you hit this, and then you go stand over here, and then that comes out. I think, I'm pretty sure that originally it was only ever supposed to have, like, the skip squeak was supposed to come out every single time. That's how we originally had it. And then in making this, we found that, let me set this up in a way that I can show it good. We found that if the skip squeak is facing away from the pipe that it wants to go in, then it won't go into that pipe. But if it's facing towards the pipe, then it will get pushed into that pipe. And the mushroom goes the opposite direction. This was, yeah, happy accident, and turned into, I think, one of the best trolls in the level. I don't think it's that the back is solid and the fronts aren't. I think it's that the skip squeak doesn't go into pipes it's not facing. Let me see. That's clearly not how that works. There. Yeah, so it's solid like that. Yeah, it just doesn't go. Wait, what am I showing here? It is still solid both ways. It's just it only goes into the pipe when it gets pushed from the back into the pipe it's facing. There's more exploration you could do on this, I don't know. The mushroom has a hard time. Okay, I don't know the minutia on how this thing works. I just know we got it working amazingly. So maybe I shouldn't be doing this video. Skip squeak can't go into the pipe backwards. Piplup said it, and Piplup does tech stuff, so that's where I'm gonna stop. It's amazing how simple it is and how good it is. So we specifically placed the skip squeak here so that if you are under the pipe, the skip squeak will come out. But if you are over here, then the mushroom will go to the left instead. Yeah, so like that. Yeah. We originally had the skip squeak further to the right, but then it came out at times and people weren't sure when it was coming out, so yeah. Then, after the Rainbow Troll, we drop into the Slantiva section. So, in the early versions of this level, this section this section was a hammer suit section, not a boomerang section. And pretty much everything was completely different because of that. I don't know, should I go show that one instead? It wasn't good for most of the reasons that the hammer suit isn't good. And it just wasn't fun and was really spaghetti heavy. So after enough misery, after causing enough streamers misery, we switched it over to this. And good job, Slantiva, for completely making a whole new half section. Okay, so here, I don't think this bit ever really worked quite right. But people, you're supposed to see the on-off and think, okay, I have to hit that to get through. If I hit it while I'm standing over here, then I will land on the spiky thing and take damage, and that's bad. Hi, doggo. So you throw this, and then you see there's a platform here and a Goomba suit over here. The Goomba suit... Oh, yeah, so many people don't know things about the Goomba suit. Like, how I still have the boomerang suit underneath it. That's the main one, I think. But I can't throw boomerangs until I lose the Goomba hat, and then I can throw them as much as I want. Yeah. So then the real solution is to go fast over to here and then go through. Is there something, I think... Yeah, so these on-off... Similar to how these go behind ground, they go behind on-off blocks. Okay. What? Stop. Stop. Yeah, all masks do not allow you to pick up items or use the power-up, or use... Okay, it's most abilities of the power-up that you have. Cat Mario can still climb walls, I'm pretty sure. It's just like the special button inputs get removed. So Boomerang can't throw a boomerang, Cat can't claw, but can still climb. Oh, Cat Mario can still dive? I can't dive. Okay. But yeah, it's like all the button input stuff. And then Hammer Suit can't use the hammer or make a suit, or make a crate. Yeah, the climbing is fun. It is the only way to twirl as Cat Mario. What was it? I think... So you can't roll while using it? Yeah. And if you try to roll into one, it cancels your roll. Because otherwise you would just go into the pipe. There's tons of stuff. People didn't know all that stuff, and that made this section go over a little bit worse than we wanted, but I don't know. Yeah, masks. Here, this is a thing. So can't do it like that. Okay, go through. Mask shows up, I hit this, it stays there, because masks are like transcendent. And ignore if blocks are there. Similar to a key or a pea balloon, I think. Yeah, they act as pea balloons or keys or stuff. So here we have a thing. So the first few times you come through here, you will be like cautious and stuff and just want to see this does that, okay. So I do that and then I go through and stuff, okay? But then on later times, you'll be going fast. Oh, what? Oh, okay. You'll be going fast, and then you forget to catch your boomerang, and then you get trapped in here. That's a fun one. Again, probably didn't go over as well as it could have, just because people got confused about boomerang stuff. Then over here. This, I guess, is the most technical bit of the section. So I see a key up there. So I want to jump up and get the key. And then a ton of stuff happens. I get another key, a P-switch goes off, and we've got an infinite P-switch generator over here. So what is going on up here to make that happen? It's pretty simple. It's actually surprisingly simple. You've got a thwomp that hits a P-switch. And this thwomp, in like a normal level, would spawn really like, okay, when you're actually playing this level, if you do a normal jump, the thwomp won't drop, which is like, you're here and the thwomp is there. It looks like it should, but that's because it's a vertical level and you've been down here long enough that it is not spawned until you jump all the way up to here. Let's... So I can jump like this all I want. And I can even see that little grass up at the top there. But it doesn't spawn until I do the high jump. Okay. The other part is this thwomp, which doesn't activate unless you are like here-ish. You can actually get this key and avoid this thwomp activating, but it's unlikely that you'll actually do that. Yeah. So it hits this POW, it activates the POW chain, and gets the key out of this block. Now this is important. This is why we have two keys. So we activate all the stuff up here, and now I have two keys. And then I go around and stuff. Okay, I'll explain the key stuff at the end. Key stuff at the end makes sense. So a lot of this I actually have to start really early. So yeah, okay. Here you have to get the Goomba hat, okay? And then the only way to get rid of it without going in this hole where you can't get out of is to run into this spike over here. And then when you do that, there's a thwomp above, because, yeah, and it's spawn blocked by a P block, which is no longer there because you started the P switch. Yeah, and it stays not there. The timing on hitting this red POW, or on the bully hitting the red POW, is just very nice for killing the thwomp as soon as it hits the ground. So to show that in action again. Yeah. hits the ground and it hits the POW. And it's really quick. Okay. And now this one... so half of this level is just the same troll twice. And I thought, there needs to be a thing here to get up. So why not just do the same troll twice? The fun part of this one is that it puts you into a freeze frame, which is just very entertaining. It's just a fun freeze frame. Yeah. So this one was me again. And like I said, all the bad ones are me. Oh, I guess it breaks sometimes? I don't know. Yeah. So that's that. There are boomerang things strewn about here just so you know that you're supposed to keep the boomerang throughout the section. I don't really know if it worked for that, but I don't know, that's why they were there. And then up here there's a jump that you can't get up while you're still big. So you have to take the damage. And then we get to the party box, which is just a party box. Can I actually do... No, okay. Okay, now we move on to key stuff. So if you jump up and get this key in the normal fashion, this guy will activate and you will get the key out of this block. So I will do that here. This is gonna take a bit to get where I need to go. Okay. So I got the keys, and now we can see down there that there is a box that has been emptied of whatever was in it. So when this drops, I don't see that the key comes out of that box. This is important, and then this takes me to the good old triple pokey room. Just 3 pokies having a good time. Okay. Yeah. Hi, Defender. Hi, everybody. Thanks for the raid. We're, yeah, explaining that good old CarlMoney stuff. And this is actually a pretty good time for the raid, because you came in after all of the stuff that's not really... that doesn't really need explaining. And we're gonna get into the good stuff after this section. Okay, so... Also, I intentionally have alerts off to make this like a clean video. I don't know. So... Yes, thanks for the raid. People, I'm pretty sure you know who Defender is. But like, does that work? Yeah. Defender is cool and stuff, and now I'm gonna get back to it. So if you don't collect this key, then that thwomp, the sideways thwomp, doesn't activate. And that means that it doesn't get the key out of that block in the bottom right, so that's still purple now. And now this guy drops and collects that, and you end up in the good old triple pokey room once more. And that was the real payoff for this section. This section was like a metaphor for the entire level. There's some like weird stuff, there's some dumb thing that you didn't fall for. There's some really good trolls. There's some confusing bits. There's a key. And you don't want the key, but then you get the key anyways, even though you know you didn't want the key. Why did we need 2 keys? So, That's sort of a tricky question. Yes, triple pokey room in my clean video, yes. So we wanted... I think Slantiva can actually help on this. If Slantiva's still here. I think it was so that there would be a clear reason to jump up that high over here, and so that you would know the difference between a thing you want to do, which is a thing you don't want to do, which is collect the key, and a thing that is similar but you do want to do, which is jump up there and hit the P-switch without collecting the key. So having the key here was important to do that. And I toyed around with having a question block over here instead of a regular key. But if you do that, then this thwomp takes forever to actually collect the key, so it would make getting through here more annoying. Yeah, so that's everything for this section. Let me be small again. So then when you're done in here, you just go fast, which, importantly, never actually gets the double sparks unless you start specifically right here. No, stop. Dude, stop. Unless you start specifically right here, you don't get full speed. So it's scary. So you will try to stop here. Yeah. So that would make that troll more effective. Okay. And we're moving on. Yes. I did explain everything in that section. Okay. I explained everything in that section. I'm pretty sure. I have people in chat who know everything in the section, so they can make sure that I'm doing stuff right. So we have this boom boom thing. Originally, before actually making anything else in the level, I made the hubs. Just because, like, that was the thing that I had to make by myself in the actual level, and I didn't have to copy it from other people. So originally, this had 5 boom booms, but then a section needed boom booms, so I reduced it to 1. But then it didn't need that many boom booms, so we upped it to more than that. And you'll actually see that I still have a bunch of sprites left. I still have 5 sprites left, which is why I added those bullies up there. Or more specifically, I added the bullies because I noticed that we didn't have any large bullies in the level, and I wanted to change that. Because large bullies are fun. Okay, moving on. Oh, and that's the section where having the P block there to keep you from continuing while the P switch is still running is important. Because you can have a P switch when you end the green pipe section, and you will end up outside. Okay, and now let's explain blue pipe again. So it's not a real pipe. Few people know this, but you can place a pipe on the map and make it so you can't go in it. I discovered this actually really early in Mario Maker 1. You can just put a pipe and then you can't go in it. It happens. How did I make it so you can't go in it? Okay, so see, normally this bit has gone on too long. Yeah, so it's blue pipe. I don't know. It's the rainbow, and it gives you 1-ups. Okay. Continuing on. Oh, and that final key thing, that was Slantiva again. That was the one thing that actually carried over from the original version of that section. Yeah. Because that was like the good part. Okay, moving on to first door. Oh right, this part, this bit is also pretty new. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I'm counting that. The 3 happy Pokies were part of the key troll. Like, that was the same. I'm counting that as one thing since the key, it puts you in there and all that stuff. Okay. So we got left door. This was a this was a Steve-O setup that came in. This was one of the latest revisions in the level. Because originally there was a thing with a hop chop slowly descending and then getting hit by a mushroom, and it was like pretty good when it worked, but it often didn't work. So we wanted something to replace that. So we ended up with this, which is bees. Yeah, so when bees come out of blocks, they are big and they don't like being in each other, similar to other things. Yeah. So this is actually really, really easy. Yeah. It didn't work 50% of the time, and now it doesn't work 50% of the time, but now when it doesn't work, it still shows what would happen if it did work, and that's more entertaining than the old thing. That is the idea here. This one's actually extremely easy to avoid, just like accidentally by jumping randomly, like because you'll jump on the bees, but whatever. Okay, and now we have this running skip squeak, which doesn't go off the thing, and then the car kills you by pulling you through the thing. So, why do Koopa cars not die when in the lava? That's a very good question, and we're going to talk about that right now. So, if the Koopa car is there... Oh, that's interesting. It has enough time to figure out it needs to turn around before dying. But then the guy still dies. If the Koopa car starts a block lower... So I'll demonstrate this with this. So that bounces up. But if the Koopa car starts down here... I forgot... Oh, yeah. This is here. Yep, okay. So if the Koopa car starts a block lower, then it gets spawn blocked by the lava. I'm pretty sure it's if there's not a part of an object that sticks up above the lava for most objects, then it won't actually spawn under the lava. I don't actually know. I think this was Steve-O Troll, but for most of this overworld stuff, I don't have any idea who made each specific troll, just because all of these overworld sections were made as a cohesive section. Is Explosive here? Explosive, do you know which bits were made by you? And which bits Steve-O made? Steve-O made everything up to the P door. Okay. Yeah, so on-off stuff. So this bit, we originally only had the one car over here in, I think, the exact place where it is, so that when you hit the P switch and run, it will pull you down. early on, a lot of people were thinking, okay, that thing is going to run off of the conveyor and go past me if I crouch down here. So I should just crouch here, and that is why we added the second car. And the magic of this bit, you don't see the second car like in a reasonable, useful amount unless you avoid the first one. So the ideal for this section, I realize I'm just playing this a million times, is that you run into that car and you're like, oh wow, okay, I can't go there. So then you go here and you stop and then you die to that car. I think like only one person actually did the ideal of falling for each once and as their first 2 attempts. Why is the P-switch on the conveyor? So that's a random thing that I did. So it was originally just here, which makes no reasonable difference. But I wanted to make it more suspicious and also make you have to be a little bit farther in there to activate it. For some reason, I don't know. Yeah. So that's that, and then you get the car. The one on the left doesn't actually come all the way up, so you have to get the one on the right. And you bounce off that, and then you don't bounce off of that one because this guy is facing up and is on the side of this block, so you can't bounce off of it at all. And I'll show that like this. You take damage if you do that, and if you're in the car, then you just crush it, which is interesting. I'm not sure why the car thing happens. Why does the red Koopa have such a weird pose in the editor? I think that's just how red Koopas are, right? Yeah, that's just what red Koopas do. I guess it's a way to differentiate between them if you're colorblind or something, but I don't know. That's just why they're like, just the way they are. Oh, I deleted the P-switch so I could do this. Okay. Okay. I'm doing this also. I have the right on-off switch position when I get over there. Defender and Will Tendo, would you mind having that conversation in DMs or something? It's just kind of distracting for me. Okay. Oh, I need the P-switch running too. Okay. Okay, cool. There. So I go in here. Let's see. I think this was a Steve-O setup, but then into an explosive ante. So let's look at how this setup works. So this guy is technically 4 blocks tall. Gotta have my video clean. This guy's technically 4 blocks tall. So when you try to push stuff up into him, into his butt, he runs into the ceiling of this donut, or maybe the spring falls and stops him from going up. One of those things. So then this pushes these crates up through him, and they're just there, like there. Wait, give me that. Okay, yeah. So then when I drop that donut, the dry bones is no longer blocked on the top, so it's free to shoot up through the crates and then a little bit past the crates on top of the spring and then bounce off the spring so you end up here. Yeah, and then you're in the ante. So this is specifically designed so that the dry bones gets trapped up here, but there's no way to actually die to the dry bones when you're up here because you just start bouncing again. And then we go up here, and then you do that. So, here, and I'll show you. That's the way some people found to do it, which is, I think, the best way. I always did it through timing, but yeah, that's how the ante works. I think, was it blue pipe specifically? If you just start here and go, then you no, okay, I guess not. I don't know how to get this to work perfectly. There was a way that we decided was too easy, so we changed it to red pipe, which is less easy and less annoying. Something like that. Okay. Yeah, and that's all just dash pads. There's some sound effects here to try to convince people not to go up, and I actually lowered this Nintendo 64 sound so that so that it's easier to run into it, like it's actually possible to run into it before going up, so that people wouldn't go up there intentionally. But it didn't really work, and that sucked, because we didn't want people to go up there intentionally, but I don't know, there's not much... The level's done, can't really do anything about it now. This cutout here is to make this easier to avoid. There's actually a way to grab the spring. I don't remember who I originally saw do that, but it gets the guy down here. And then, let's see, there is actually a soft lock here. But, is that it? No. No, it's actually, it's hard to do. Yeah, he wasn't the first. There were, I forget who did it. There's a soft lock here if you can get the spring and then place it on the edge of this and be below it, because then you can't jump up and then you can't die on the dry bones. Not much we can do about that one. And we decided that it was unrealistic enough for someone to do that we didn't need to focus on it. Does it have to be an upward spring? The upward spring is the reason why the dry bones shoots up that quick. Oh, I guess I've grabbed the spring again. And it's also, it has to be an upward spring so you can get the spring and use it for the next section. Okay. And now, for possibly the simplest and best troll of the section. One of those. You spring there so you can get up in here. And then you can't go through the bottom of a spring. Magic. Magic. I raised my hand so the webcam can see them, but my webcam isn't on. Magic. You can't go through. Yeah, so then that's why this guy's here. Yeah. Yeah, so you place it there, and then you go over and get the key, and then you hit the on-off and flip it. And then, get ready! Did you think Fish in a Block was a trash troll? Well, guess who made it? It's me again! Yeah. So there was something here. I don't know, and we just... Oh, no, I think there was originally a troll related to this thwomp, but then we decided that that one was kind of gross, so we needed something else. So then we just put a... Oh, the Koopa came out of the block? Is that it? Yeah, the Koopa came out of the block. So then the right answer was to stand over here and roll into it. So that you would get the Koopa out of the block and then you have the shell, instead of blocking yourself with the dangerous Koopa. Because that's bad. I forget our reasoning for that stuff. Hidden block with POW is explosive. Okay. So you do that, and then you throw this, and then it activates the hidden block and dies, which are both important and both very interesting. So then you get the POW out of the block, and then you go die because you can't continue. So then the right thing is to hit this from here, and then get the POW, and now you have a POW, and there you go. Yeah, that's pretty much that. And yeah, now we don't really know who made this stuff. I assume this was Steve-O just because he was acting like it was his or something. Oh yeah, all the thwomps in this level that die have a honk on them. That's not important, it's just a thing. We wanted consistency for something, and that was a little fun thing that we could add to do that. Look at those clouds. Are those clouds just having some fun with their wave? Just doing a wave. Okay. And as Carl said, when given the choice between anything and Nintendo made a jank thing, the right answer is Nintendo made a jank thing. So not many people fell for this one, which was that when you have this, you cannot take damage on the Koopa and cannot get past this. About 50%? I don't know. I think this one wasn't... It was not as effective as possibly it could have been. But that's sort of okay, I think, for this one in particular. Because even when you don't fall for it, you go over here, and then we'll get there, actually. The next one makes this last one better. And it makes it funnier that you're like, oh, I dodged that one. Because if you do this, then that goes around, and now you did not dodge that one. And that's the fun bit. Okay. So here, what do we have going on here? So we have a car, and we have spike balls, and we have a mushroom, and we have a mushroom platform, and we have 3 icicles. One that is a different color from the other 3. Why 2 spike balls? We were having trouble getting it to consistently kill the Koopa that is in the car. So I just put an extra spike ball in there so it would kill it. I don't know if it's actually necessary still, but I don't know. We didn't need sprites for anything else, so I wasn't looking here to remove them. So as previously seen in the boomerang section, mushroom platforms, mushroom bounce pads, are slightly lower than regular blocks. So here, the mushroom is slightly lower than the icicles. So when the icicle drops, it allows the mushroom to bounce off the mushroom platform when previously it was blocked by the icicle. And that's how that bit works. Here, donuts will push stuff through icicles and mushroom platforms. So that's how that happens. And then this is like a tertiary troll that we never intended, but it just happened. Let me see if I can get it. Yeah. So then the mushroom, if you push the car down and then go back up before getting the mushroom, and then you try to get the mushroom, a good chunk of the time it'll just push the mushroom through and then you can't do anything. Yeah, deactivated 2-color trampolines are also lower, and they are visibly lower. Let me actually show that. You can see that that's a huge chunk lower. And you can see the mushroom resting on it in that lower position. And I think this one, although it appears higher, is actually the same level as the other one. I don't know that for sure, though. Okay, so then... does that cover everything? Donut push stuff through. Yeah. Okay. So then the right way to do this is to just go and get this. A bunch of people did a wall jump here. They didn't have to, but it worked fine, so we didn't really mind. Okay. Oh, I didn't actually show the car. Why is it an on-off mushroom? Okay. That's fun. Okay. So, when you get here, the on-offs are in the red state. You have red everywhere. So, when you get below it in this first half, it's in the off state. This is an on-off mushroom platform because when it's a regular mushroom platform and you go through here, you can see the mushroom come down up here on the right. I'm glad I actually remembered that because I was very close to forgetting why I did that. And thank you for asking the question. Okay. So, then when you do the thing, you get the mushroom and then you go through, and then you can't push the car. Yeah, attention to detail. I don't know. I like having stuff fixed. Is the ELB maxed out? No, the ELA is. And I hate those terms. So the sprite placement in the level, as you can see up here, is maxed out. Let me do this actually. Part limit reached for the standard sprites and stuff. And also doors, but that's for other reasons. And also checkpoints, but again for other reasons. Yeah. But ELB is not maxed out, or the in-level entity limit is not maxed out because that can still come out of the block. Okay. Did I actually okay, you push this down and then you get mushroom and then you try to push car and then you can't push car. You actually push it faster while you're crouching, which is interesting, and I don't really understand why that happens, but yeah. So then the right thing to do is drop that and then go up here and then you go through here. Okay, and now we're in the last bit. We got really lucky that Nintendo made these platforms. Let me just get that on my hotbar. Okay. Because originally this was a blue platform, and guess what blue platforms are? Not orange. And not close to orange. So they are really, really visible. So this was not getting people until we updated it to the on-off, which is extremely difficult to see. Yeah, going back to these icicles, it's not that there's a faster way. It's just that people did the crouch way quickly and avoided the first icicle because it was breaking. So you do that, and then like you get it to break again. And then you could get through 2 icicles, so we had to add a 3rd one to keep people from cheesing through that with the car, which is just kind of... It didn't actually break anything, but it was not clean, so we got rid of it. Okay, back to this end bit. So... We wanted this upper bit to take some time to kill you, so that you could see the POW come out. A small side effect of how we ended up doing that is that people thought, this is a choice, and going up could be right. So people would just jump up here. I don't really understand that mindset. I think someone attributed it to seeing this whole maze thing over here and thinking that going up would get you into that maze somehow. But in building, I called this maze thing modern art. Because it's modern art. It was just there to make stuff look less suspicious, and it somehow convinced people to jump up here. So, I don't know, that's like a win-win, right? Nobody saw the swamp, and some people died an extra time, which makes this thing even more insulting. Yeah, so we wanted to delay the death so that you could actually see the POW come out, and we added the sound effect so that you could see the POW come out better. Originally, it was just a spike block here. Not there. Here? Here? Something like that. But you just die instantly. You can't see what you did wrong. So if you keep running into it, then it doesn't, yeah. So then you drop this, and then you see this come out and you can run on it, but the donut respawns fast enough that you can't actually get into the pipe before the donut respawns. So then the thwomp activates and hits the POWs, which activates the POW under you. The modern art does betray you. Okay, so then the right thing to do, some people did this and then actually activated the POW first, or activated the thwomp first. But you don't need to do that. Let me get out of here. You can just activate this and then go. Because the thwomp... Well, first it has to hit red POWs, which take some time to reach that far. But also the thwomp has to have an activation timer, so that changes things too. I think that's it for that section. Did I miss anything at the end there? Oh yeah, there's this thing which someone did. No, not that. Oh, look, I trolled myself for the first time. Okay. So they got this, and then they just ran into this pit. I don't know, it's the thing you can do. And then you don't have to be as careful here. And then they just ran here, and then, oh, I have to drop the donut. That happened. Okay. So what is that? So... yeah, that section, left door ends up as blue pipe. Beginning ends up as green pipe. Middle door is red pipe. Right door is yellow pipe. Yes, no one will encounter this level in Versus. I think you can still encounter it in Endless, though. Which, I don't know. It's kind of annoying that we can't prevent that, but we're doing the best we can. Okay, so that's left door. Now moving on to middle door. We start with a quick death due to riding this thing and not going in the pipe. That's not really a troll. I don't think... Wilfred, was this ever intended as a troll? Also, Wilfred, you can cover what stuff in this section is whose stuff. You should know. And the last section, some stuff was variable, explosive, Stevo stuff. Okay, so this was not intended as a troll. It's just like a setup for later stuff. Okay, Wilfred knows who made this stuff. So was this first half all you, Wilfred? The red POW is you, okay. Tell me when we get to stuff that was... okay, blue track block was Aether Pie. Okay. Hi! Okay, hi No Feet. And thanks for the raid. You're probably in ads or something, I don't know. Yeah. Let's see what No Feet was streaming. I'm gonna do a shorter... yeah, okay. Oh, it's still going with the Breath of the Wild stuff. Cool. I'm sad that I missed that one, because I like those streams. No Feet's cool and does some troll testing sometimes. And... yeah. Okay. Level. Back to level. Thank you for the raid. So this red POW thing is... okay, no, this whole first half had a sizable rework because it was confusing originally. And some people, after that rework, it turned into a lot of people's favorite section, and that's just a really successful rework of a section. Okay, so here you've got the POW, which some people didn't understand how it was there. That is just a POW with wings. That is how they work, and the wings are sort of in the walls, so that's why you can't see that. Okay. So this is set up to make you think, if I hit that red POW, this block below me will break, and I will have to move left to avoid the spikes. So that is wrong for a number of reasons. One being that there's this platform here, and two being that the spike turns off. Okay, good job, No Feet. Do you want like do you want like praise for that? Good job. You didn't have to wait for an ad. Yeah, so when you're avoiding those spikes... oh, stop. No, just let me load the section right. So when you're avoiding those spikes, you go left, which lets that 1-up come out and push the fire flower off of the block and down into that pit below the ant, which you cannot ground pound through, even when you're big, which is one big difference between big ants and small ants, because you can just ground pound through the small ones. That's not super important, it's just a thing. Okay, and to show power-ups, just drop right through. Okay. So yeah, here we have a coin block and a fire flower block that activate as expected when you hit this, and also activates that on-off block above. And now you can't get the fire flower. Larry sounds right for that spelling. There is nothing that you can put in blocks to make them respawn in 3D World, and it's annoying. I would really like it if you could. Okay, good job, Bearware. Or should I call you Bakeware? Amazing. Great wordplay. High fives all around. Okay, so then they also don't die to Fire Flower, which is a thing, I guess. Okay, and then here, as previously stated, half of this level is just reusing trolls from this level because, I don't know, someone along the chain got lazy. We all had the same idea at the same time. So this is just the kill the spiked skip squeak, and oops, it was blocking something, so now you're gonna die. Yeah. So then you just damage boost through. And it's a winged skip squeak so that it won't jump up super high when you jump. Winged skip squeaks with parachutes will treat the original spot where they land as their home. So they will try to return there when they use their wings. Yeah. Unlike without the parachute, when they'll just fly up to where they spawned with a certain limit, but that's not super important. I don't remember what the limit is. Skip squeaks are really nice and good for a ton of stuff. Yeah. You can have both wings and parachutes on the same enemy. Was it 10 tiles? I feel like 10 tiles sounds right. Okay, see ya, no feet. Okay. Now, for another of the best trolls in the level. I guess, okay, the troll isn't really that much to talk about, because it's just, do I get hit by a spike, or do I go down and not get hit by spike? Yeah, DGR dodged this one and it was very sad. Oh wow, okay. Huh. Okay, I have just learned that running into a wall with a long jump deactivates your charge without shooting. Take notes, everybody. This is all gonna be on the test. So there's a twister down here at a very specific height. And that's it. Let's see if I can actually get that to show up. Yeah. And it causes this when it's fully activated. Yeah. Did I mess up the sound effects here? No? Okay, I don't know why they didn't activate immediately. Okay. So I should be here, big. Big and here. Okay. No, it's to do this. Big and here. Oh no, I need okay. No, stop. Okay. Okay. So that's how you get here. I don't need that. I can just like okay, we're just gonna go from here and I don't care. Start there. Okay, that's good. Okay. I'm not big. Still need to be big. Crap. Okay. Yeah, so imagine there are spikes here. This happens. And then you take damage. So originally there wasn't a block. And then you go in the pit and this happens. And then but you can just wall jump out. So we added the block so you can't wall jump out. Or at least I don't know, I haven't seen people be able to wall jump out unless they're small. Which is a fine result because seeing across there you have to be big to continue. It also blocks the shots from that cannon suit so that you can't just break that block from over here. You are able to escape by doing a precise spin on the left. Let's see if I can actually do that. This was something that Drew found in his test. I don't know how he actually did it. But you have to go over here and not touch the spike for it to actually end up being cheese. And even then, you have to lose all your power-ups and everything to get through here, so it doesn't cheese anything if you do it. It's just a really annoying thing for something that's already clearly wrong. So then, the right thing is to just go over and hit this. That should be a spike, but it's not. Because on-off is crap, I need Why do people have to put on-offs in your sections? Okay, so then you're up here and you're small. Now, are you ready for the troll that we didn't put in the level that the most people fell for? So here we put the red POW on this side. Does the twister need to be on a conveyor? Yes, it needs to be on the angled conveyor like this. Otherwise it's not the perfect height. If it's like this, let's see if we can actually see that. Yeah, you can sort of see it, and it launches you way higher, so you can actually get the full jump and get out. If it's here, let's see this. I'll wait for it to charge up. Then you still get little tappies, and honestly, I think this is a better effect. But you can just jump, so that's not really good. Could it be on a slope too? I would have assumed that the slope would let it move back and forth and then not work. Is that gonna be good? No. Okay. Conveyor is easier. I like conveyor better. And it's the same amount of objects and everything. No reason. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so that's that. Now for the troll that we didn't intend to put in the level, but it got the most people. So putting this red POW on this side of this question of this warp box. So the reason that we did this is because on this side, no, don't do that yet. On this side, it feels a bit cramped when you have the red POW in there. So I was like, hey, let's put it on the other side. This red POW troll is Aether Pie. All of it? I assume all of it. Yeah, I guess there's only really one part left of the original. Yeah, okay. So, people would think, oh, this red POW is here, maybe I'm not supposed to bring it, and then they just leave it here, and then they go through, and it's like, oh, nope, there's a thing that says you need, stop doing that, you need a red POW, and then you go through and you, oh no, you needed the red POW. That was actually a thing in the first version of this room, but was removed when the room got reworked, but was accidentally added back in when we moved the POW on this side. So that's a thing. Okay. Then you come through here with the red POW, and you have a wall here that you need to throw a red POW at to get through, and there's a thing telling you to throw the red POW at it. So you throw it. But the hint blows up. You throw the red POW and it activates the red POW above you, which activates this one, which activates, let's see this, a fish, and a fish, and a fish. Due to weird 3D world spawn stuff, that is just a row of fish across the bottom, but it turns into a smiley face. And then just on the edges you got more fish. And that is how we get our good old smiley face. Okay. So then, through here, there are actually a couple possible solutions here. I added the coins down here to, one, encourage people to go down here, since throwing down here is safe and doesn't activate that POW. And two, to make it look like 3 friendly Pokies. Because everybody likes 3 friendly Pokies. But then there's also this over here that you can do, that some people did. And then, let's just... No, I'm gonna keep doing it like this. Some people did drop the POW into the lava for some reason. This would have been a fun solution, but it doesn't do anything. If you throw it against the left wall... Okay, no. If you stand against the left wall and throw it, then that also works. I think some other people actually did it too, Defender. It wasn't just Carl, if I remember right. Okay, so that's the ways to get through here. And that was the 3 friendly Pokies. Okay, now we have finished the primer into the level, and we can get into the actual interesting setups that everybody came here to see. So thank you for falling for my clickbait, and now we get to the end where you actually care about stuff. So here The thwomp is almost ready to go, and the car, well, it's sleeping, but it's also almost ready to go. So I step over, and they both activate at the same time, and then the car goes super fast. So what is happening under this dang lava? And of course everything has to be in the opposite on-off state, so let's just not have that be true, and then we can be fine. Yeah. That should work. Okay. No, I need to... Why? Scroll stop, everything stop... Okay. So... It makes the car go really fast right as the car would normally start moving. Make it water. Okay. I think I actually need to do this to make it not suck. Fun fact, bill blasters that are under lava in 3D World won't shoot. I'm not sure why, but then when I flip it to water... Okay, I actually can't make it water, because the setup we have here is this thing rolls into a block that has a large... Okay, that's right. This stuff gets really annoying when you're at the sprite limit. I hate you, Wilfred. It spawns a big flying bomb, and it comes out of this block to here so that it will activate the exclamation block. So that only explodes if it's in lava, and it doesn't spawn at all if it's in water. Actually, it barely spawns at all as is. I don't know why it works. Yeah, so in lava, let's see, I'll just go over here and tell you what's happening. So this on-off triggers, which flips these two conveyors so that these two spike balls start moving along their paths. Ignore this stuff for a bit, that comes later, and we'll talk about the POW and the wall and stuff later. So this spike ball and this spike ball start moving along their paths. This one is purely here to activate these two sound effects for it to make sense when it lines up. This one goes over and hits this, which has the winged bomb in it, as shown before, and a large bomb. No, any bomb. Is it any bomb? I don't know. Some sort of bomb thing will fully activate an exclamation block. No, Defender, you'd think that's how it spawns. But in 3D World, even winged bombs aren't allowed behind... They're not allowed behind walls, so I don't really understand what's happening here. I could try changing it to not winged. I'm gonna check if this actually still works. I think that still works. I just messed up timing by standing in a weird spot. Yeah, so it doesn't need to be winged. I don't know, I guess it's just winged. So, when that bomb comes out, it activates this exclamation block, which pushes this launcher, and as we've seen before, a launcher with a thing on top of it will push that thing on top of it very fast when it gets hit by an exclamation block. This card troll was made by Shano. I say the name wrong, and that's my fault, and I shouldn't do that. Shano made Numcar. Yes. And cargo fast. Yes, cargo light speed. I added this thing so that people could actually know how fast they needed to jump. And that's just this thing rolling and breaking these blocks that have the sound effects on them. And then when the whole thing actually goes off, when the bomb explodes, it breaks this block and activates that sound effect. So that's that whole thing. Okay. Now I would like to talk about playability of a level. Specifically here. Now, we could have had this block not be here, and I think we actually did for a few versions. But it got re-added because it makes it a lot nicer to just jump up here and hold jump and not run into the icicle. That sort of minor thing to make levels not suck is like 90% of level creation. Okay, let's get stuff set up. This one actually doesn't set up. Okay, it does set up right. So then we get here, and some people were like, "Hey, there's a 10 coin over there. Let's go jump at the 10 coin." Yeah. There's nothing there. That's it. That's all. We'll get to that, defender. Okay, so I don't have to start. I don't have to start in any of these places. Okay. So I'm mad. I'm mad. Okay. You come over here. So the 10 coin wasn't right. I did flip the switch state. It doesn't matter for the rest of the section. I don't have to activate. What? Okay. What? I don't know what you're talking about. We're just gonna flip these back. And yeah, okay. And that also pushes it while you're still in it. Okay. Yeah, I'm doing this for the scroll stop. So if getting the 10 coin isn't right, then what must be right is going up here. Oh, there's a POW. And I didn't wall jump. So what's happening here is an extension of this, but also that they're going fast enough that they go into walls. So if you want to see this in action, good luck. Because it goes so fast that you can't see it. Yeah. So when you actually enter this section, you can actually see those smoke clouds on the right there. Because it happens so fast. Something so fast. Yeah. Let's see. We did a bunch of fiddling with this stuff up here to get people to actually fall for this properly. This used to be a whole ordeal and stuff. Let's see. This was a crate at one point, and for all the people who had to play it with a crate, I'm showing you why it's not a crate anymore. Stop. Can I do this first? Nope. I cannot do it first try. Okay. That's why it's not a crate anymore. Because then you just get up here with a crate. Really easily. Because of that wall over there, it lets you turn around more quickly. So you can grab the crate and just wall jump up. Oh, okay, sure. Yeah, so that's why it's a red POW now, because throwing the POW makes it break, which makes it a lot harder to actually pull that up. Okay, there was a lot of fiddling to make this work so that people wouldn't just do this to get up, because when you're twirl jumping, you don't actually grab stuff. The original, the very first version, had you going up like over here, and you had to wall jump between the right and left. Yeah, Wilfred, have I missed anything that was Aether Pies? I don't know what's Aether Pies in this section. Yeah, some people just twirled instinctively because it's going up or something. We did a ton of fiddling with this stuff up here to make it less likely for people to twirl jump. I don't know if it worked. You can see that right now, at the very top up there, let me get my... You can see the ground at the top. What's that sticking on? I don't know what's happening. You can see the ground at the top. That was like the final change we made to try to get people to think, okay, that is a known area. I don't need to go up with a twirl and like scout and stuff. I can just wall jump and be fine. Don't know if it worked. We didn't get enough testing after it, and there wasn't really enough testing in the first place. I removed that spike ball. Okay. But yeah, that's that. Okay, next troll. You just can't see mushroom platforms that are in these stairs. That's just what that is. Yeah. I don't know. I can't give more than that. Yeah. Let's see. I'll check if it's in other themes. Yeah, you can't see it in other themes either. This... Yeah. I guess... I'm not sure which hitbox is confusing there. I think it's the... I think it's that Mario's hitbox extends a little bit farther into the thing. The slopes are... Yeah, it's always slopes. Okay, there's a slope involved, it's the slope fault. Yes, okay. And then this is an ante that used to be actually involved, but instead you just hit a thing and then have to jump at a time. Okay, and then moving on. Similar to this one, where it just shoves a thing into a wall with this specific setup, we decided to just shove a thing into a question block. And that is why there's a pokey head in that question block. But also a spring in the question block. And that's how that one works. So not only can it push it into a wall that's right next to it, it can push it through a wall and into a block on the other side. And this could actually be anything, if I remember right. Yeah, so the pokey's still there, you can see it, it just... You can't do anything with it. And even if it's solid ground, it's still there, you can see it doing stuff. I thought it was good. I think people didn't find it funny because they were confused as to what could possibly be the answer. But it reveals itself instantly, so that's not really a problem. So you just go up there and get the mushroom and then collect the red coin. Or, if you're me and uploading the level and, spoilers, don't care about the red coins, then you just go past it. And that's that section, right? Yeah, I think most people didn't realize what was going on there. With the pokey head in the block. Which is confusing because... well, it's weird for two reasons. One, because you can't put pokies in blocks. No, three reasons. Two, you can't just make a pokey head. It has to be at least 2 tall. And 3, because it's a pokey and a spring that come out of the block, but I think people just didn't notice the spring and all the other stuff or whatever, I don't know. These are naked pipes, yes, but in 3D world, naked pipes look cool, or at least okay, so that's fine. And moving on to the last and most broken section. Right door. Let me go make sure I didn't break anything over here. I put this all back. I put this all back. I put this back. Let me just put this back. You did miss blue pipe, sorry. Okay. Crap, and this one's even worse, I think. To just let go, I don't know. It's probably fine. Okay, so we're gonna start on this side. So one weird thing I found while making this, if you come out of a door that is just to the right of the center of a scroll-stopped room, it will not, or just to the left of the center of a scroll-stopped room, it will not attach to either scroll stop. So I just came out of this door, and it did not choose either one, even though it's closer to the left wall. So now it has locked in. But yeah, that's a weird thing that probably makes the least sense out of anything in this level. Yeah. So then this here, just a regular launcher and a regular tree. There's a lot of little things here to make you not notice. Oh, the 1-up came out. To not notice that. So you can just put mushroom platforms like this, but unfortunately they are a specific width. And with just a tree, you can't hide them. So this launcher exists to fully block it. Now, if I just had the launcher running into, say, a block here... Oh, I gotta undo. If I just had the launcher running to something like a block here, then it wouldn't fully cover the door or that mushroom platform. But if it runs into a spring, it goes into the spring a little bit, and you can see this stuff like this, but when you actually come out of the door, you can't see the door or the mushroom platform at all. Oh yeah, this is good timing for you to come in, Bearware. So this is Aqua Arrows, and I assume Bearware added that 1-up at the bottom to get you to either go back down, or if you just completely avoid the troll, it gets you to want to go back down and then you just bounce. Yeah, I just forgot that you were there. Okay, so that's that. This section uses the most sprites and is the widest, and uses multiple exclamation blocks, and uses an extra pipe that you can go into. It was very worth it though. It's the longest section, but it's good and stuff. So this is just, again, you can't grab red POWs or anything while you're wearing a hat. And then it only breaks some of them. And we got down here the sound effect block that breaks when you have this here. Let me start here. Okay. And then you throw that. This is the other section that required something to block you on the second time through. Just because there wasn't anything inherent in the section that would do it. So this launcher shoots fish at you if you try to come into this room a second time. Okay. And that's just throwing the POW at things, breaks them. There's nothing to explain there. Okay, here. So you just go over here and get the red. Oh. There's a dash pad that is hidden by these flying invisible blocks. Oh yeah, I'll finish this one. Okay. There's a dash pad that's hidden by these flying invisible blocks that get hit like this. So that's how that works. And then you can't really see the top of the or you can, I don't know. There's a dash pad and the dash pad still works. So this is a soup set up for a Bearware troll. Bearware made or had the idea for the troll, and then Soup set it up so that it actually works good. And I have to start over here to get the on-off in the right spot. Okay. Right. So then when you're here... What? No, I didn't activate it. Activate it. There. So you go up here and then you run into it and you get the spikes. Okay. Now, moving on. So this troll was not here before the update. I wonder how that could possibly be true. Now, as you may notice, this is a helicopter hat thing. And in case you weren't paying attention, helicopter hats are new in the update. Wow. So why is this here? And what was here before? I hear you ask. Good questions. Now am I actually going to show them? Let's say yes. That sounds like a good thing. Let's go actually show that. I don't think I can do it in editor. I think that's not how it works. I'm gonna go show that. This is gonna take a little bit, but which one has it? That one. So let me just play through the level. I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna do it. Yeah, I'll show some of the other reworked sections later. This one was not reworked because it was bad. In fact, it was very good. But in the 3.0 update... Oh, right, this version. Okay, in the 3.0 update, they fixed a way to make remote detonation with invisible blocks, because invisible blocks wouldn't blow up bombs that they were in unless a regular block or regular invisible block was hit, flying invisible blocks wouldn't activate a bomb that they were activated inside until a regular invisible block got hit. So that was the thing that got fixed that broke the troll. I just want to talk about how I'm sad this section or this setup for the hub didn't go over as well as I wanted it to, because having 2 donuts and then the 3rd donut just here in the middle, that's the best thing. Okay. So this is the old setup here. So as you can see, you can't go over here. So I guess you have to go over and hit that P-switch. But if you run, you get locked inside this block. Which is totally not a soft lock because that block flies over and kills you. Okay. And then there are multiple ways to do this. You can either roll, which somehow works. I guess it bounces you back enough that you can get through. Or you can just run in and run back out. Yeah, it still works because I'm in playing. I'm not in... Yeah, I'm in play mode, not in editor mode. Editor mode would make it update to the current version and then would not work. But it still works because it was not globally patched, it was just patched on the 3.0 version. This P-switch thing was Soup's troll, and it was literally the only thing in the level that broke on the update. Which is insane, given the rest of this section and the previous section. Yeah, that's fine. As long as you... I don't know, I haven't actually tested that, I just assumed. So maybe I could have gone to it in editor. Pretty much it was just the same thing as this up here, with a thing bouncing, hitting an invisible block, a flying invisible block, so that it blocked the P-switch, and then when you walk over the P-switch, it activates the P-switch and then you're stuck in the block. Or specifically, it makes the P-switch zoom upwards, so that it blocks you from being able to go and stuff. Yeah, so now I'm up here to the thwomp. And the on-off state only matters a little bit, but not really. Okay, so this thwomp is here, and you need to get past it. So you throw the red POW, and there's an exclamation block inside it. Now how does that happen? You can't put a thwomp on an exclamation block, right? Of course not. This one is also Bearware's troll, but Soup's design for the execution of it. So what happens here is that slopes are bad, which, as previously stated, is a known factor. So they just push the thwomp there. That's just how it works, like... Yeah. Okay, and now we'll continue on in the level. There. So then this is set up to make it flip automatically to red on off. So that when you go through here, okay. When you go through here, it's in the red on-off state, and let's see, this is a setup to make this spike ball take 2 flips of the on-off switch to make it over to this question block. So we have the first flip here with this thwomp, and then the second flip here with this. So that's how, let me show you from the start. That's how going from here, and now see the spike ball down in the right it's not running into the block because the conveyor below it is going to the right. If it had run into the block already, it wouldn't be like a problem mechanics-wise, but it would just be annoying noise that we don't want to happen because this is a good level. Wink, wink. So we wanted this to activate as late as possible so that this noise here wouldn't activate until later. Couldn't I put this in there? Yeah? Yeah, it still works that way. Oh, I could have gotten rid of a sprite. Whatever, I don't know. I think there was a reason that we didn't do that in an old version, but I forgot about it. Yeah. Spike ball goes over here. I'm just gonna do that so I have more ease of placing stuff. So, what is this red POW, and how does it ruin your life? So, I'm gonna... yeah, the noise is annoying. So, there are, what, 3 ways that this red POW control you? So, if you just stand still, it pushes you into the icicle. If you are scared of it and jump away, and then think, oh, I need to go grab that, it blocks you in, because it perfectly goes into the pipe. And then, because there's a block over here, it comes back, and then you also come back, and it situates right here, and then you run into it and die. The third one, which introduced some problems. Okay, so when Defender played this, this was a solid block, and that made it so with a very specific turn here, you could just grab the POW, and Defender thought that was intended, so we didn't want that, so we made this a donut. So it doesn't actually fix that, but it makes it so unlikely that people would ever find that they won't think it's the right solution, so they'll go looking elsewhere. Yeah, AetherPie thought the same thing, which is interesting as AetherPie is a maker on this level, but they had like no knowledge of what was happening in the level. Yeah, so the third way that it trolls you is that it goes down here and then you hit it, and then this guy comes out, and he's just so happy. I love this guy. Peepas are my best friends. Yeah, so then the right way to do it, which we tried to indicate with this arrow, is to just go left. Which I guess you gotta do good. Yeah. And you don't even need to turn around and grab it. If you just run, then it bounces off your back and it's fine. So that's great. And then you throw this and it hits those, and then you get suspicious about this and then you die to the fish. That one wasn't actually me. So I guess I'm not responsible for everything stupid. Oh yeah, it's Mini MG's idea, which then... no, Mini MG said there needed to be something there. I think Bearware specified that it should be a fish block. Okay, they expected a fish block there. Yes, that's a thing, Defender. I don't think it was when you played, though. Mini MG was disappointed by the lack of a fish block there, so we were like, sure, that doesn't change anything about the level. So we stuck it there. And that's just there for that. Okay. Is on-off in the right state? I think so, so I'm gonna put that back. Okay. Now... this one. So you can't hit this block. And you can't go back. So you hit this POW, and then you just get pushed to the right. This uses the same launcher sticking up a little bit setup. This is an Aqua Troll. Okay. So this was Aqua Arrow. This red POW breaks this block so that this thing is free to move and push you. And this is an angled conveyor instead of a flat one, because with a flat one you can sort of see the launcher already, but with the angled conveyor you can't see it at all. So that's like the one thing in the level that uses that launcher sticking up that doesn't also use the exclamation block. Yeah, and that's how that works. This section is very carefully crafted to keep these red POWs from activating each other. If there is at least 5 blocks between 2 red POWs, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then they will not activate. Crap. Come on, just give me the guy. So this is as close as it can get to a different red POW. And it doesn't activate it, so that's nice. Yeah, Soup was the one who put together the section. I don't actually know what the section looked like before Soup got it, or before Soup did anything. I think it was just Soup. Okay, based on the fact that Soup did the setup for this and the setup for this, I think it was just Bearware, Soup, and Aqua all just... Yeah, they made trolls and didn't have them placed anywhere, and then Soup just stuck them all together. Yeah, so this, you just hold left, and then the launcher goes under the stuff, and that's fine. Here, that launcher up there just shot a bomb. And it's on an on-off treadmill. So to get this on-off to go off, you need to throw the shell over here. And that activates the bomb, which activates the red POW, which activates all of these blocks. And these 5 all break, and this one spews out Spike Ball. So a fun thing about this area, most people, as they are reasonable, stood here because it is safe. One person, Aether Pie, did this because that is also safe. Oh no. I have to start over here, or else this will be just hell. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so large spike balls don't actually hit their entire territory. So you can just crouch there, and that's fine. So that's interesting. No, I'm not deleting the part Bedclish. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so that activates the on-off switch, which makes that pop out. So then you have to duck in here. And this is specifically designed so you can't go over here and hide in the cubby, because it used to not be like this, where you could go over there and hide in the cubby, and that some people did that and it was dangerous and bad. Okay, and now we've got the non-suspicious setup. Yeah. That last one was Bearware. With the spike ball, and I guess all of this is one setup, really. The spike ball and this thing. So here, if I hit this, let me get this good. So if I'm pretty deep in here and I hit this, oh no. You can see that I'm getting sucked. Now if I had done this slightly differently, the suck would have lifted me up into the question block. I'm gonna stop it now. It would lift me up into the question block. No, I have to do this. Okay. It would lift me up into the question block. So I'm going to do this without jumping. Watch me not jump. I did not jump. So it just automatically sucks you right into there. Yeah, and then you're in the ante. This one went through a couple revisions. Most were just to make it not awful to play. Oh, I did it good. Yeah. So this is the mostly okay one. This is Bearware's ante, and Bearware wants to make sure that everybody knows that Bearware made a good ante, but then in Soup, making it actually fit in any level, Soup condensed it to this. Or something close to this. Bearware, it was huge. It was only 11 by 11, yes. Okay, maybe not... It wouldn't fit in any level, but it wouldn't fit in any large collab like this. Yeah. So... That's that. The right way... A lot of people just walked under here very gingerly and hit the edge. The easy way to do this is to just long jump at it. I am still doing the explanation. This is a big level. The easy way is to long jump at it. Bedcliff. Okay. The easy way to do it is to long jump at it. Previously, this setup had you long jump at the on-off block as a sort of training to get you to realize that you can long jump at blocks. It did not work ever. Everybody either just walked in and did this, and then went over, or I think specifically Aether Pie was the only one to actually long jump, but it didn't seem like the previous thing influenced that decision at all. Yeah, I don't know what went wrong there. Okay, and now I don't actually need this stuff running to get to the next part. So this is a setup to make the thing flip to blue, and this invisible block is just to make sure that you can't go back after the icicle activates. So that's all fine. Yeah, it seemed... Oh no, I wasn't going to remove Bedcliff's mod. Don't worry, this is what I was gonna do. Yeah. Okay, so the long jump people didn't do, but it ended up okay since just doing this and hitting this out easy enough. And then you ground pound here, and that flips it to blue. Now we wanted this to stay on blue so that we could have guaranteed spikes on that right side. Because we're about to run into the setup in the level that is most dependent on stuff being exactly how you want it. So you just like, you go down here. Let me do this good. Ground pound through this. You wait for that icicle, and then you end up on the other side of the wall. I don't really think it matters who has the setup. Oh, are you not mod anymore? Is that what timing out does? Huh, I guess it does. Okay. Yeah. The wall clip is the big important thing. So Bearware made the wall clip basic setup, right? Is that right, Bearware? Tell me, Bearware, validate me. Answer my question. So... I mean, okay. Who found the thing that lets you push people through walls? Who did that? Yeah, so similar to other things in the level where you want things to go, this is a launcher pushing you, and as in the last section, the launcher pushes things fast enough it can go through walls. So it pushes you through a wall, because it wants to. Yeah, if you do... It's really hard to get this to work. This is the most iffy setup in the entire level. So if I hold left here, I die in the lava. If I remove this spike and hold right here, it doesn't do anything because the spike is what activates it. Great. Good job. Actually, let's remove this icicle. If I am lined up with the right wall, I do not go through the wall. There are a million ways to make this not work. This is pretty much the only setup that can actually make it work consistently and have a clear way to avoid it by jumping like that. So what's happening down here, it's just red POW activates exclamation block, pushes launcher sticks up slightly above a semi-solid, and pushes you through the wall. That's it. It just works. Don't ask questions. All of those things I just covered that make it not work are things that we dealt with making it not work. Also, yeah, if you hold right while it goes, then you just don't go through. If you hold left while it goes, you end up down here. If you are lined up with the right wall, then it just doesn't work at all. It's essentially a one-frame window, so you just have to be on the ground for that one frame. So it's really easy to avoid. Wilfred is the one who found this wall clip tech, and I guess Bearware is the one who made it into a troll. And then... this was a very important thing for the level, so a bunch of us actually worked on making it work properly. So then you end up in the ante again, and you've got these fun sound effects for when you do. You got the little baby, and the Nintendo 64. Yeah, so that's that. Then we move up. Stop! I don't want to see that yet. Don't show that yet. Don't ask questions about my setups because they don't have answers. Okay. Now, this is the final thing, which, again, just uses things that we've already learned. This one is Soup's ending troll for the section. So we've got a thwomp down there that is clearly in a place it should not be. And we've got those things up there that are encouraging you to not be in the middle. So the combination of those two things makes you think, I want to get through this as quickly as possible. Let's just run. Oh no, okay. And then the thwomp goes up. And then you end up in the haha room. Oh, Aqua is the tree. Okay, I think I covered that, yeah. Yeah, so a lot of this... Let's just see how the thwomp moves. It just goes up there. The way this works is that you activate the thwomp, and then it breaks these blocks, and then when it breaks those blocks, it can get far enough left to actually move up, so it gets pushed up by the P blocks to be outside of them, because most stuff can ignore P blocks and on-off blocks and just be there inside them. But solid blocks like these or ground, it doesn't like. And I think this entire wall is unnecessary, but yeah. And I made the haha room just as a death because the thing that was originally there, I don't actually know if it was bad. No, stop. Just let me play. No, stop. Okay. Yeah, it's just these 4 P blocks and any breakable block here. Yeah, it was pretty much just filler when I got to it, so I made it this. This went through a lot of revisions to make sure that it was good. So previously you could just long jump through and get through, but in this one it just pushes you up, and if you're still holding left you go into the pipe. Also previously the thwomp could pretty easily just shove you into one of the pipes and then you die, and that's just not fun, so we took that out. These used to be red pipes, and that made the window too small, because yellow pipes, they stick there as they're coming out for a while, but with red pipes, they just instantly come out. So that makes the window that lets you go through a lot smaller. Yeah. So then you just like go over and then you're good. Okay. I believe that's that section. Is there anything else I need to cover here? They did have parachutes in one revision. Parachutes were bad for similar reasons. They made the window smaller and made it harder and stuff. Okay, and now that I've gone through a section, I go and get to the ending, and I didn't start in this room. Oh, okay. Now, let's see. I have an extra warp box. This warp box is my best friend. Okay. Put those there. Let me start here. Okay. Now I go through here and I've completed a section. This is pretend I completed a section now. Go over here. Uh-oh. This is here. But if I just start here, then nothing happens. There's not even any sounds or anything. So how does that work? This is how that works. And I'm very proud of how we got this working. Give player key to show, well, sure, okay. Put key. So you get a key, after beating a section, that was not the right load. Okay, get the right load. That was, again, not the right load, but barely. Okay, right load. Finish the section. Pretend I got the key from getting all the red coins. I go through. Yeah, let's actually do this one first. So this opens, and then I go through here, and it tells me no key. And then a W down there. And then I end up in here, and this activates. Now this, you may notice that the hop chop appears to be doing something to the bully that would make the bully's name inaccurate. That little setup was found by Bedcliff. Yeah. That's like Bedcliff's third thing in the level. And yeah, okay. I made the setup to make it kill you and stuff, but I don't think people, I think the setup did distract from the reason that we had this here, which is the hop chop and bully. But I don't know, it works, it kills you, it takes like 40 seconds to actually do it. And there's no way out of here and all that stuff. Yeah, so that's the key death setup. Now why? How do you actually beat the level then? We come over here and we look at this. I didn't mention PP on. It says PP on as a reference to the fact that it looks like the hop chop is biting at the bully's 3 happy pokies. Okay. Now moving on. This setup here was the basis for the entire level. And you may notice that it gets me a key. Let me go through this step by step. So this thwomp is spawn blocked by this block. So for the thwomp to load, this block needs to blow up this bomb. So that happens the first time you're in the room. Problem is, that bomb is right next to this spiny, right? So how does the bomb go off and not activate the spiny? Or not kill the spiny and get you the key, like it did when I loaded this room wrong? The way that happens is that the spiny is not loaded by a single block when you enter this room every time. So this bomb blows up right next to the spiny and doesn't kill the spiny because the spiny doesn't exist. Let's see. So then the second time that you're in here, this spawns like this instead. Let me just get this all right. And then the bomb walks off and places itself such that when you go over here, the thwomp activates and blows up the bomb. So this is both very condensed and very sprite efficient. This bomb down here used to be a spike ball in here to break one block of the pokey, so that it would just be a pokey head. But we wanted, or I wanted it to be completely unnoticeable that there's a difference between when you come in here the first time and this bomb blows up, and when you come in here the second time, where originally there's a spike ball here, and a bomb didn't blow up, so you could tell that there was a difference. So I swapped it out for a bomb, and luckily I could get the bomb in a good spot so that it also blows up the bottom block of the pokey. Let's see. Okay. So this bomb is both to make it less suspicious and work well with the pokey still. And it's the same amount of sprites. Doesn't even matter that it would be an extra sprite. It's the same amount. We got it, and it's good. Okay. Now, I need to remove the key. Let me get rid of this key quick, and then I can demonstrate the other stuff. So why in the world would we have a spiny over here? How does this spiny affect the level at all? Well, that's a stupid question. This one, was the spiny actually? Yeah, I think the spiny was Bearware's idea. Just as something, the idea was make something at the end that makes a key pop out when you end up inside the key box but not at the flag. When you get scared by something, or when you just dilly-dally over here, so that doing something bad can get you another key and have you trolled by the key box again. So, someone, I think it was Wilfred, said, hey, let's make it a spiny, because that can work too. And luckily a spiny's activation radius is perfect so that when you go into the key box, it drops. So you do this. This was the original idea for the troll. Have a spiny drop, have a key in it, it dies in the lava, you get the key, you go in the key box. And that's all perfect and everything. And actually originally it was like up here. Let's do this all good. It was up there, but like visible. Pretend it's visible. So then you do this, and only if you go really slow does it actually do anything. So that wasn't actually getting anybody. So we moved it down, and no, come on, don't give me the key. The goal of moving it down was just to make the key thing more effective. But in moving it down, I accidentally found the perfect spot to make it so that when you run, you die to the spiny. So those things combined, running into the spiny killing you, and the spiny dropping, getting the key, makes this ending just so perfect. Finding it was an accident, keeping it was intentional. That is the truth of a million trolls in this level. And Carl did get trolled by all possible ending trolls. So yeah, you run right and you run into the spiny. And then you're scared of the spiny, so you stay over here, and then you get the key. And it's just so... it works so well. I'm so happy with the ending. And all this stuff. So then you actually just go down here, and then you get the key, and then you win. And that's wonderful. Oh, also, it says win over here so that you feel bad for not winning. Yeah. I'm gonna take a break now. Everybody else, sit tight. I'll come back for more. I'm gonna go into the older versions. Yeah, version 1 specifically for all the things that are... Actually, wait, which one even is version 1? I'm not sure I have actual public release version 1. Yeah, you missed everything, Soup Bowl. Let's see. You missed everything in the 3 hours that I've been explaining this level. Yeah, it's water break time. We'll be back in a bit. Okay. Welcome back. We're going. Okay. So let's go with, what is this one? So we can either start with the actual, I think this one, yeah, I think this is the actual version 1 of the level. So as a code name, I call this level the Chocolate Milk and Cookie Tree, as it's the right initials for the CarlMoney Collab 3. But 3 sounds like tree, so yeah. So that was the code name. That was like the dolphin for us. And yeah. I think this is the first version, that's fine. Let's see, where did things go wrong? So let's just start. I did show off Soup's P-Troll already. This one. Oh, I can show off how it works though. Okay. Yeah, that deletes the P-switch now. Okay. So this is the setup for it. It's just a spike ball bouncing off a spring and hitting this flying invisible block, which blocks or goes inside the P-switch. So it's not actually using the remote detonation setup, but it uses the setup that setup is based on. So fixing the remote detonation thing has fixed this as well. Which kind of makes sense, but it's kind of unfortunate. Let's see. Oh yeah, yeah, let's just go in order now. Nothing in here is different. No, this one didn't change much. This one, let's start here, yeah. So this is the old water section. You may notice that it sucks. So we've got what used to be a copy of, or the same thing as the Skip Squeak troll in the section before this one. Those were thought of independently. Then we got this bit. So the troll here was supposed to be, when you throw a crate, it doesn't. But that didn't really get anybody. Like, even when people did the troll right, there weren't any good reactions, and the majority of people just didn't really feel like they were trolled, or didn't look like they felt like they were trolled. So what you do is you throw it in there, and then you can go. And that's that. So that was all replaced in the newer stuff. And yeah, then this tree thing is mostly the same, but I added the coin. DJR didn't play this version, but he did play this setup. This one lasted quite a while. This was one of the later things that we revised. I'm not gonna go into minor adjustments just to make things work. This bit got redone so that it would be more clear that the hint was there. Here, it was just an accurate recreation of this setup over here. But when you end up over here, you get a ding-dong on the middle block, and it's supposed to like make you think that there's invisible blocks over there or something, but it didn't really go well and people just got confused, so we updated it to use the more explicit hint of just this thing go to key. Yeah. Okay, nothing in here. Whew, boy, okay, next up is the hammer section. Are you ready for something tasty? Aiden, I'm just trying to focus on like getting through the explanation. And the level is done, will not be edited anymore, so sorry, but no. So this is the hammer section. Oh wait, is there still a soft lock on this one? I think there's still a soft lock up there. Whatever, ignore that. So let's... Yeah, you can... I'm not gonna give away anything too important about other levels, but let's just say this section was the inspiration for the level Crate Suck, or provided inspiration for that level. Yeah. So, I hate the hammer suit. You just do this stuff, and then you go over here, and then you forget about the pokey, and then you put the crate here, and then you go up, and you do things, and then you keep going, and then you go down here, and oh no! And that was the basis for this section. There are only 5 crates that you can pull out, so when you get over here, you will run out of crates, and that'll happen. But as it turned out, I think none of the testers who played this one actually did that. And everything in between just ended up being massive spaghetti. Like, here's a pit with crates, or a pit with spikes in it. This thing where you have to throw 2, but it looks like you only have to throw 1, and then stuff happens. This one where you forget that there's a pokey there, which I don't know the psychology on it, but that's really easy to forget. Going back, which is like, you go over here and then you have to twirl jump up because it's a full twirl jump, because otherwise you would only need 1 crate. But then other than that, it's the key bits are the same. This was redone. Okay, that's not important. But yeah, that's the hammer suit section, and it's mostly bad because the hammer is extremely unpredictable and just kind of not fun most of the time. So Slantiva did a great job in replacing this section with boomerang section. Yay, Bedcliff strat. Oh, sorry, Funny Moment Boys strat. Yeah. So that's the hammer suit section, and I would prefer never to talk about that again. Anything else over here? The big bullies were late additions to the level. Oh, you were the first one. Okay. Yeah, let's do original Shather boss. Yeah, okay. Cool. So let's start with this one now. So this was a thing, and then it fell, and then you got that. We went through a couple variations on this. So the idea is that you're supposed to think, oh, the spring's gonna swing back over to the left before hitting the ground, so I should stand on the right. But then the mushroom comes down and standing on the right kills you. Which is like funny when it happens, right? But then when it doesn't happen and you're just standing over here, it's sort of just a long wait. And then 0 payoff, so I don't know, kind of iffy on that one. So that's why that one got replaced. Let's see. This whole section got way nicer when they added on-off blocks, so I didn't have to do dumb stuff over here to prevent cheese. Yeah, that's that section. Okay, I barely even remember this part. So this is old middle door, which, as you may notice, is a donut instead of a door. How could you go through a donut? Well, here's the trick. It's actually not a donut. You may be surprised to know, that it is a warp box. And if you touch the warp box, you will be transported to the connected warp box. Okay, so it starts with this same non-troll thing. And then you end up over here. And then you go through here and you end up in that same tap dance thing, so I won't show that. Then you go over here and you hit this bomb and you think, okay, I'm gonna go through this wall, right? Wrong! It gives you a key and turns off the on-off. It flips that. And then this plays even though the twister's not there anymore, so that's confusing. And now I have to go into this. And now this is here, and people don't really... Without the red POW being on the other side, like really close to the warp box, it's really confusing that that's actually a hint. So you don't know, and even if you do understand that it is a hint, like how do you know what to do? You didn't see a red POW. But if you're paying attention at home, you'll notice on the left here that a red POW drops. So what we needed to do in this section was go over here, hit that, come back, go past this before the bomb blows up, and then go down here. Now this looks like, okay, now there's something down here I can do. So I'll go down here. Oh no, the block respawns. That's not even a thing I can do. Sad moment. Boy. Okay. So then similar to the other one, the right thing to do... No, not similar to the other one. The right thing to do here is weird. So you just grab the POW and jump, and then it respawns. This more directly showed what was going on with the blue block. But the even worse stuff with the clear pipe. I don't know what you mean. Okay, I guess other people. So then you can't go up here, and then you have to take damage, and then you go. And then from here, it's the same section. Or no. So that's the first half different. The second part that's different. Oh gosh, that's so hard with them. That's so hard without the sound cues. This bit. So this is the old box stuck in a wall trick. So what people did here was they would just do this, and then you can keep holding that direction and you'll end up down here with the crate. So we had to like rework this so that people actually fall for it. Now that's the whole section. Okay. And in reworking that, we had to do some weird stuff up here, so yeah, that's all that. Okay. And I covered that. Let's just talk about soft locks for a bit. Right. Forgot that doesn't work anymore. Okay. So here, if you throw this POW to the left, it activates that on-off. That's creating a soft lock. Yay, the strict soft lock. That's... and I think that's everything that I want to cover in this, right? Oh wait, do I still have the blink block one? This seems to be... wait, which version is this? Ice was, I think, both before and after blink block. Let me go check if I have the ice or the blink block one, because blink block was fun. And by fun I mean horrible and shouldn't have been done. So let's go see if I have that. Yeah, I do. Look at this baby. Isn't that fun? Isn't this a fun ante? Doesn't everybody love this ante? So this is the old setup for the wall clip. If you stand still, you get put in here. This one didn't last very long. Surprisingly. It's just so mean, and don't put this in a level. Don't have that. It's not cool. Yeah, and this is the old wall clip setup that people didn't fall for, because if you just hold right, you get out of it. If you hold left, you die. And if you jump, you're fine too, so... I wish we could have had blink blocks somewhere in the level, but they just didn't have anything. It just didn't work out. And I think that's it. Okay, I'm gonna pull up some stuff. So this whole big CarlMoney collab project took place over like the course of a bit over 2 months, I think. And it was one of my, probably my favorite experience in Mario Maker, I think, was working on this and just coming together and making a really solid troll level. Yeah, we had ideas for it really far back, and specifically the ending idea in October, but the actual building of stuff started up in March. I really enjoyed all of this, and I'm so happy with the end product and happy with all the work that everybody put in on it. I'm proud of the level that we ended up with, and I've already done this in private, but I want to thank everybody who helped on this, who worked on it, and everybody who playtested it, and everybody who has played it after the final version was finished. This is like my favorite thing in Mario Maker, and I'm so glad I could be a part of it, and so that I could be such a big part of it. It was fun, I loved it, and I'm glad everybody else loved it too. Okay, I'm gonna go find my list so I don't forget anything. Where even is it? There it is. Okay, so thanks to Aetherpie, Aqua Arrow, Bedcliff, Bearware, Chichiri, Drew, Explosive, Federico, Juju, Ramo, Shano, Slantiva, Soup Bowl, Stevo, Talarian, Wilfred, and who could forget Blue Pipe for working on the sections and working to help put it together. And I think specifically, what was it? Slantiva, Stevo, and Wilfred were designated coordinators for the level and helped put it together from the start. And all the people who stepped up after that, I think specifically Bearware was really big towards the end, but also Soup and Explosive and Chichiri after he tested the level. And Talarian. Everybody helped a lot, and we couldn't have done it without any of them. Without having everybody. I don't know how to say that the way I want. Whatever. Let's see, should I go over... You know what, I'm gonna do this too. Thanks to all the playtesters. Thanks everybody. And thanks me for building it. And thanks Bedcliff for reminding me to thanks me for building it. Yeah. This was a really big project, and it paid off amazingly. And yeah. I'm very happy. And also very happy that it's over, because it was a ton of work and took over a lot of parts of my life. But now it's back to normal, and now we're here. I'm just gonna get that list of people. Here's that list again. All those people who are in it. Okay, so that's that, and that marks the end of me talking about this level. And it only took 3.5 hours to cover everything, but that was good.